How's it going, everyone? Got a couple of things to highlight in this video. PlayStation Plus, as not so great of a month as September is. We gotta let you know when the monthly games do roll out, and they are in fact rolling out right now. Exciting news for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It gets by far its biggest patch yet, and a very notable one at that. Little bit late on this, but last news, but Final Fantasy XVI is getting 2 paid pieces of DLC. We'll talk that at the end of this video, but first of all, Saints Row Generation Zero and Black Desert are all live on PlayStation Plus Essential. I don't know if you guys are still maintaining your subscription. Obviously, if you already have like a 1-year subscription, you're at least gonna let that expire, so might as well take advantage of the games that are rolling out. But man, to coincide with the price increase, this month is certainly one of the weaker months that I have seen for PlayStation Plus. Now, I see some people are excited by Generation Zero. Black Desert is what it is. It's been around for so long that, you know, like, I feel like if you wanted to get into Black Desert, you would have by now, but, you know, if you see it and you're like, oh man, this game visually looks pretty good, I don't know, maybe you'll be somewhat interested in it. Saints Row, the timing is kind of wild because we have all of this negative press from the PlayStation Plus going up in price, and then you're throwing in a game where the studio just shut down because of probably the lackluster reception to Saints Row 2022. They got all the updates rolled out, they got all of the DLC out there, so, you know, there is that going for it. It's unfortunate news about Volition, because Volition's a talented studio. I just know a lot of people were, let's not even, like, mince words here, but most people were down on Saints Row 2022, and I didn't even hate it as much as other people. I told you guys to spend your $5 on it when it gets to that Agents of Mayhem price threshold, and you can have some nonsensical fun in an open world, and anything more than that, though, probably not gonna be worth it, and that's really the case with Saints Row. Hopefully the Plus Extra lineup is a nice bevy of titles, because they really gotta do their all. I mean, you look at the competition, Payday 3, Lies of P, Starfield, and what are we gonna get? I have no idea. Maybe they'll throw in, I don't know, Gran Turismo 7 I feel like would be a nice addition. I mean, to get people excited. Some people are gonna be like, bro, you think they're gonna give us GT7? I mean, like, why not at this point? They're trying to get you your $130 a year. Give us something like a Gran Turismo 7. I think that would be a nice addition, but I digress. Saints Row, Gen Zero, and a Black Desert Traveler Edition, all live right now on Plus Essential. Moving on from that, guys, I've talked incredibly highly about Star Wars Jedi Survivor, one of my favorite games of the year, and I loved Fallen Order, and I legitimately thought Jedi Survivor was better than Fallen Order in every category. I know some people thought Fallen Order had the stronger story. I disagree. I thought Jedi Survivor's second half was so strong that I would lean there as well, and obviously from a scale standpoint, the game is much bigger, way more content, but there was issues with the technical performance of the game, and it looks like with patch 7 for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a lot of that is gonna be remedied. This patch introduces several performance-related improvements on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Performance mode has been completely reworked to substantially improve player experience. A number of CPU and GPU optimizations, along with disabling ray tracing, has resulted in a better player experience, including a solid 60 FPS in performance mode. That was the strangest thing about, you know, performance mode. I like the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart way of handling things, where you have 3 performance modes. You have performance, quality, and then performance ray tracing. And performance ray tracing in Ratchet and Clank was probably the optimal way to play the game. More games need to go that route, but, you know, at least with this is gonna provide a much smoother experience. Quality mode has also received optimizations to help reduce FPS fluctuation and introduce other visual improvements. On top of that, VRR support added for PlayStation 5. Additional performance and optimization improvements for PC, including DLSS. Huge addition there. Save system tweaks to help prevent save game corruption. Fix issue where players could not retrieve their XP after dying under certain circumstances, and various crash fixes and various bug fixes and improvements. Now, cinematics in Jedi Survivor is noted. Those are locked to 30 FPS on console, so just keep that in mind. Again, I love this game. I thought it was so good. At this point, you can find it, not cheap, but you can find it at a little bit of a discount. Like, you could probably get it for 45 to 50 bucks, and, you know, if you've waited this long, you might as well wait until November, until Black Friday, and you'll probably get a pretty good deal on it, you know, maybe around, honestly, the $35 range. Like, I would not be all too surprised if it hit 35 bucks, but, yeah, obviously play Jedi Fallen Order first and, you know, jump into Survivor. And if you want to do all the content in Jedi Survivor, you're legitimately looking at like a 40-hour game, maybe even longer than that. There's New Game Plus, and they do some tweaks in New Game Plus where it can actually be worthwhile to go through it a second time. I completed the game twice, and I completed the game twice on PC. A terrible version of the game, especially at launch, and I still really enjoyed the game, but those performance issues, my goodness, were they bad on PC, but nevertheless, there you go with that. And Final Fantasy XVI, 2 paid DLCs and a PC version is now in development. A free update is already out. The free update itself adds a weapon skin feature, onion sword, and new outfits for Clive, Jill, Torgal, and other characters. Again, a PC version is now in development as well. 2 paid DLC packs. I think after seeing the reception towards this game and a lot of people just wanting to see the world of Valistia explored a bit more, not too surprising. Certainly, there are some characters and their backstory that you could explore. I would imagine Sid. Like, Sid seems to be a beloved character in this game, so I would not be all too surprised if that ends up happening. Yeah, there's a lot of other characters where you can explore their backstory. Even Clive's. Like, I feel like there's a lot more that you could talk about with Clive's backstory and whatnot, so that will be exciting. And I am curious if they end up doing a full-on sequel to Final Fantasy XVI. I don't really know where you could take it based on the ending of the game, but you know what, they did a sequel for Final Fantasy X, and I thought Final Fantasy X as a standalone story, like, there was a real nice bow on it at the end, and you really didn't need to do 10-2, but, you know, we'll see how that ultimately turns out. It's just like, you know, right now, the priority has to be on these 2 paid DLCs. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, obviously a big focus for Square Enix, and ultimately, maybe one time in this lifetime, we will get a Final Fantasy 17, but right now, Square Enix obviously has a lot on their plate. PC version's gonna be a big seller as well. Speaking of big sellers, Final Fantasy XVI is in fact on sale on Amazon. Its first major discount. It's down to $49.99, which, like, brothers, if you haven't picked up Final Fantasy XVI, I mean, like, come on, it's one of the games that really showcases what the PS5 could do. In performance mode, does it have its technical limitations? Absolutely, that resolution does drop. And, you know, that aside, I think most people are gonna play the game in quality mode, even at 30 FPS. I would still make the argument that for a fast-paced action title like this, 60 FPS is very, very beneficial, but, you know, play it however the hell you want to play it, and the boss fights in this game are absolutely breathtaking. They are just some of the best boss fights I legitimately have ever seen in a video game, and from that standpoint, I just think it's worthwhile. Soundtrack is excellent. Gameplay, I think, has a lot of depth to it with all of the different abilities and whatnot, and the fact that they give you unlimited respecs lets you really tailor it exactly how you want to, and, you know, the game is fairly easy. I would say that's like the biggest issue with the title, and, you know, hard mode being something you only get after completing the game once, yeah, that's a bummer as well. And I don't think anybody's really gonna have an issue playing through the game. I actually think if you want to try to make the game a little bit more difficult for yourself, limit using potions and high potions. If you're maxed out on potions and high potions, if you like just find them in the wild, they auto heal you. But I actually found that to be a pretty decent way to add like some added level of challenge to the game. And I think most of you guys, even doing that, not utilizing potions and high potions in your inventory, you're still gonna breeze through the game no problem, because it's not that difficult, especially if you're pretty good at action titles. But that is something I found to do to make it a little bit more challenging, at least for a while. I think there was a boss fight that I got up to and I was just like, alright, enough of this nonsense. But that's just my 2 cents on that. But that'll do it for me. Again, Saints Row, Generation Zero, Black Desert Travel Edition, all of those live on Plus Essential right now. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, new patch and a major one at that. And Final Fantasy 16, 2 paid DLCs on the way. Check out the game a little bit cheaper on Amazon as well. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.